Okay, everybody, welcome back to Campfire Spookhouse, episode 23. Today we are reviewing From Dusk Till Dawn from 1996, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Of course, there has to be fireworks. Written by Quentin Tarantino.
It's Victoria Day.
I didn't think about
Yeah.
this at all. Starring Harvey Keitel.
Cue the fireworks.
Right. From Dusk Till Dawn, starring Harvey Keitel as Jacob Fuller, George Clooney as Seth Gecko, Quentin Tarantino as Richard Richie Gecko, Juliette Lewis as Catherine Kate Fuller, Salma Hayek as Santanico Pandemonium, Cheech Marin as Border Guard / Chet Pussy / Carlos, Michael Parks as Texas Ranger Earl McGraw, Kelly Preston as Newcaster Kelly Hooge, John Saxon as FBI Agent Stanley Chase, Danny Trejo as Razor Charlie, Fred Williamson as Frost, and John Hawkes as Pete Bottoms. And a description of the movie is two criminals and their hostages unknowingly seek temporary refuge in a truck stop populated by vampires with chaotic results. The budget for this movie was made for $19 million, and its box office return was $59.3 million.
19 million.
Yeah, man.
That's
So,
classic horror movie, low budget, great returns.
Yeah, great acting. Seems like what launched a lot of their talent, like got them out there, like Salma Hayek, for example, Danny Trejo, George Clooney.
Like Salma Hayek was kicking around, but yeah, it's probably the first thing to kind of put her in that spotlight. I can't remember when Desperado came out, but
1995, so 1 year before From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, that's probably why they picked her.
Yeah,
because she was like, love interest. It's around the same time.
Yeah,
but definitely kind of cemented her.
Yeah,
her vampire stripper was iconic.
Yeah. It a 1996 movie, but it kind of gives, like, it takes place in modern time, but once the vampires started happening, I was getting some 70s kind of grindhouse sort of vibes from this film.
I think that was the whole point. Like, who's doing the movies, right? So
Yeah,
based on who is actually making these films, they are absolutely people who are influenced by specific times.
True. Yeah.
So I suppose when I was younger, I just paid attention to the criminal portion and then the vampire portion. But seeing it now and paying attention to other things, one of the things that I noticed was a lot of the religious themes. It didn't even occur to me that, I suppose because he's like, kind of like this B story, but Harvey Keitel's character is struggling with the death of his wife.
Yeah.
And he just finds himself in this situation where it kind of forces him to lean on his faith, which he's been struggling with. And it's a really interesting take on that, but I kind of see that through it. George Clooney's character. I think I suppose it's sort of the theme that I saw was like faith or struggling with faith.
Yeah, restoring it as well.
Restoring it, or just even believing it for the first time, because George Clooney character says, I don't believe in vampires. I believe my two eyes, and those are vampires.
Yeah, I think for me as well, like, I do think faith is a big part of it. I also believe, I just feel like these brothers, these Gecko brothers, they're kind of doomed from the beginning, but they have a way. They're so destructive by nature that they kind of just, it's like they destroy anything in their path.
Yeah.
And so, like, I feel like, I mean, the vampirism happening at the bar and all the people that they've killed prior to that in the movie before they even got into Mexico. I just feel like everyone around them just kind of dies.
I think what you said, is also a theme, which is just doom.
Essentially, too, when you look at Quentin Tarantino's character, the brother, I mean, he's just that's a lot of toxicity for one person to carry. I mean, he's clearly flawed. He has a lot of issues. He's a predator.
He is all of those things, and he's presented to be the worst of the two, right?
Yeah.
But and I mean, he is, but his brother is. Well, George Clooney is the reason why they got George Clooney to play that character, is because he's charming enough to try to convince you that he's that much different than his brother.
Yeah.
But he's honest. He incites things just as much. He's like, I'm a thief. If you're a thief and that's all you are interested in, why are you constantly bashing people? Why are you constantly like threatening to kill people, shooting people? Because that's who you are.
Yeah, he said I'm a professional thief, but he said like I kill people when I have to, but like I don't rape women and this and that.
So the line for him is grape.
Yeah,
the line for him is grape, but for his brother it isn't.
Yeah,
and then somehow he thinks that kind of absolves him from that. There's a lot of that going around, kind of like pushing the line, pushing boundaries, not being clear on exactly what the line is. It's like some of the kids. You talk about like the ex-preacher, the preacher without faith, Juliette Lewis's character, where she seems to be, on the one hand, she's like a good preacher's daughter, but then on the other hand, she seems to be very kind of captivated. I mean, it's George Clooney, I guess, but
true. But she has a curious nature to her as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, it seems they've been kind of guarded.
Yes,
their whole life.
The same goes for her brother.
Yeah.
I don't
Scott.
know. I don't know who's the actor who played her brother.
I didn't write it down actually.
But yeah, same goes for that character as well. Is he's, I think to the core they are church kids or whatever, but they definitely have some curiosity to them.
Yeah, they do.
Where they're like, when in Rome, that sort of thing.
Yeah, man. When watching the movie too, you had mentioned that a lot of the camera angles and the style of Robert Rodriguez, and you had watched his previous films like Desperado. You've noticed that he's taken inspiration from Sergio Leone, the spaghetti western filmmaker, like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and
specifically, I was talking about the type of close up. It's like a cross between an extreme close up and a traditional, because traditional close up is head and shoulders. That's a close up. But Sergio Leone, he made famous popular type of close ups that you see Tarantino use all the time.
Yeah.
Where there's cutting off of the head.
Yeah.
It's a lot of framing like this.
Yeah.
That's the close up.
Yeah.
I love those sorts of close ups.
Yeah.
And because it's really expressive. So especially specifically in a scene where you're kind of realizing when all hell is breaking loose, or it's about to, or it's a standoff, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it usually always shows their face like up close. Again, cut off at the chin and the head, but you see background behind you too.
Yeah, because extreme, of course, is like eyes, the mouth.
Yeah,
but it's like it's just this, right?
Yeah,
it's still very, very effective. So any actors that are expressive,
yeah,
it's perfect for that.
The music as well I found to be very fitting.
No, I think more than fitting. I think the music was fantastic. Especially the music.
It's like this bluesy kind of music that they were playing at the beginning too, and
and then when they get to Mexico and when they get to that bar, when Salma Hayek's character comes out
dancing,
and that song that
you were singing it, like I don't know that song.
Well, I sang it because that song was just a perfect song for the scene. Whoever performed it, great great voice, great performance. I can't remember who performed it, but it was an epic song for an epic scene, and I really appreciate the music. I think they did a great job.
Yes.
Selecting the music for this particular movie. One thing that I appreciated about just how the movie was cut, right? There's all these little cuts that show you all these little details in the fight, which are necessary because with so much going on, you might get confused as to exactly what's happening or where these characters are with regards to the bar.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all of those little instances, especially when Sex Machine got bitten and he was trying to hide it.
Yeah.
And then he slowly was starting to figure it out himself.
Yeah.
What was great about that is you only need one character to slowly turn and kind of show the process to the audience.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that with everyone. You just have to do that with one character.
Yeah.
So that you establish how they turn.
Yeah.
And you don't really get or understand how long it takes for people to turn, because it seems like some people turn almost immediately and then others it takes.
Yeah, I noticed that too in watching the movie. There was a couple characters that seemed to have taken a lot longer than usual.
And of course that's like plot armor. But I mean we're talking about a vampire movie. Yeah, we gotta give some level of creative license.
I think Robert Rodriguez as well as the director, he also did a great job with editing as well. The pacing was done really well. Some people had an issue with the film when it was released because of the misleading and the fact they didn't really know where it was going, or maybe just because it took too long to get to the vampires. But
I don't think it took too long to get to the vampires. I think probably the complaint at the time, if there was a complaint, was how abruptly it turned into a vampire movie.
Yeah, I also think, I mean, you look at these criminal brothers too, it's like they've pretty much gone through their life getting everything that they wanted using, through excessive force of violence. So it's like nothing is going to stop these guys from getting to where they need to be. But then it's like, this is the one thing that can actually prevent them from doing that, can stop them, is vampirism, which they weren't expecting. So I think, it makes sense to have that misdirection, something that could occur that even we're not expecting.
I think, I think it was great. It was a great twist.
Yeah.
As far as twists go, I think it fits. I really appreciated the kind of old school practical mixed with I don't know if that's CGI. Some of it looked like even stop motion. I appreciated all of those things.
And the special effects. The
effects were clearly like effects, but I like the choices. I like that when they turn into some kind of like partial reptilian thing. Like all of those choices I love because it makes this movie what it is.
Yeah, it's a very stylish film when you're watching it, and you can pick up on that, relatively quick. Performances though, for me, George Clooney has really just dominated this movie. I mean, his character I enjoyed seeing the most.
This is absolutely a George Clooney vehicle. Yeah. I'm certain that's the reason why they sought him out. He is at his best when you'd mentioned that, and it's the truth. He's at his best when he has the opportunity to kind of ride the line where you're not sure if he's good, if he's bad.
Yeah, because
you kind of know he is bad, but it's more like he's bad with some. But
he always has like this moral infliction.
Yes,
and it's like something, whether it's the events surrounding him, but something causes him to kind of change his perspective.
He was great at that on ER.
Out of sight as well.
Out of Sight is probably the best example of that to me.
Yeah,
but since ER, these are the characters that he's best at, and then so you might say he tends to be typecasted, but because it's in the context of like the criminal thing / vampire movie, that does not happen that often.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about how great the casting for this movie was.
Yes.
No weak performances from anybody in the film. No one, especially if you're dealing with a vampire movie, I feel like you can usually expect one performance to be a little over the top from somebody, given the subject matter.
Yes.
But no one gave too much or too little. How did you feel about Quentin Tarantino's performance as the brother Richie?
I think that it was great. I think Tarantino is actually a pretty good actor.
You don't see him in as much because he obviously prefers to be behind the camera, but yeah, he always gives a really strong performance in anything that he does, and I think this movie, he has this way of really making him seem vulnerable with what he's going on, like what's going on inside his head, like whatever voices he's hearing or whatever evil, that darkness that he's battling.
Yeah.
And he obviously has a weakness when it comes to women.
Yes.
And so it's kind of nice how you have two brothers, one who's so strong-willed and determined, and then the other one who does have that weakness. Like there is always going to be an obstacle or a roadblock that could prevent the brothers from reaching their target. So it's nice. I think that the both of them did a great performance. I also do think, because I had mentioned to you earlier that I forget who it was that told Tarantino this, but said that you and George Clooney look like you guys could be brothers, like you look alike. And then From Dusk Till Dawn happened, and I could see it. And then, like, they actually did really look like they could be brothers. It was very convincing.
Yeah, I mean, a part of that is also like wardrobe and makeup and
true, and chemistry, but
yes, chemistry is a big part of it. I think that for me, it's the chemistry, right? The chemistry absolutely made it, and that's why I said they both did a great performance. Tarantino was strong, of course. George was fantastic.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it also makes me wonder. Anytime I see that character, he messes up so much. Him getting his brother out of jail is out of character for him. He seems to always mess things up.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's true. Like the fact that he could pull that off successfully.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be like a fluke. Or I'm thinking that his brother laid out specific plans for him to, this is how you get me out. And then he just followed him to the T, because he basically explained to him, if you don't do it exactly the way I say, I'm not getting out.
Or maybe it was one of those delusions that Richie has, like when he thought he heard the Juliette Lewis character tell him to eat her pussy.
I mean, that's also true. It could be that he was really just going to see him at the courthouse, and then a voice told him that his brother told him all of the things.
Juliette Lewis gave a very strong performance.
Juliette Lewis is underrated with her performances. As I mentioned when we were watching it, she has this really great ability to express all of her thoughts and her feelings and emotions
without actually saying something.
No, she doesn't need any words.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do that. She's actually really good. Kind of disappointed I don't see her in more things. I mean, it's not the 90s, I get it, but still.
Actually, yeah, it's funny you say that, because if you do look at her filmography, she went ham in the 90s, man. She was putting out movies left and right. And then, it seemed like that sort of kind of came to like a slow decline. Harvey Keitel was really good in it, but he's really good in everything he's in.
Harvey Keitel is very, very strong.
Yeah. I just it makes me feel bad a little bit, because he lost his faith because of the loss of his wife. So then he sort of needed that push that helped to revive that faith, but then it ended up killing him. So it's like everything he was kind of saying from the beginning, like his reasons for doubting, it's like it ended up just killing him.
But as I said, I think the theme.
But he also sacrificed too.
Yes.
So
I think the overall theme is doom.
Yeah.
It's like whoever's writing this is just writing.
Well, it's also Quentin Tarantino writing it too. So
it's just doom for everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because even George Clooney's character, we don't see the end. But I mean,
he just drives off.
Do you really think he lives happily ever after just because he got some money?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think overall.
And now there's no brother to come from behind to shoot somebody. Yes,
but that's also like good because like now he doesn't have like that obstacle in his way. Like, I think the film is a classic. It's a cult film for sure. It has that cult status to it. Overall, from Dusk Till Dawn, I have no issues with the film. I genuinely enjoyed watching it. Yeah. And the performances are great. The music's great. The editing is great. The direction is great. But just because I do find Sinners to be, if we are comparing, I do find Sinners to be the superior film. It is much better.
It is, it's a better executed concept.
It is, and deeply rooted. And I think because Sinners, I gave it a complete perfect 5-star or 5 jump scares. I give From Dusk Till Dawn 4.5, and I'm confident about that.
You know what? That's also where I was leaning. I was leaning to 4.5.
Yeah, okay, so 4.5 jump scares?
4.5.
4.5 jump scares from Rock Horror and 4.5 jump scares from me.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Comment below. Let us know what you guys think of From Dusk Till Dawn and give us your jump scare rating out of 5 for it. Don't miss out next week. We're going to be recording a review for episode 24, which is going to be John Carpenter's The Thing, which I've never seen before. Have you watched it?
Can't remember if I did. It was when I was very...
Apparently it's considered an absolutely fantastic, phenomenal movie. Yes, next week we will be recording review for episode 24, John Carpenter's The Thing. You don't want to miss that. Until then, this is Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. I'm Scary Terry, and this guy, Rock Horror. And we will see you guys next week for The Thing. Take care, everybody.